Okay, so welcome to my home in Amsterdam, by the way. This time, no Bali backdrop, no Los Angeles, Venice Beach backdrop. I'm actually about to go into the Amsterdam training. Last week, we covered the NLP way of goal setting for happiness. This week, we're going to go into the only scientific way of goal setting, meaning many people interviewed, successful, unsuccessful at their goals, what works, what doesn't work, what methodology would work for that. The NLP way of goal setting, as I explained last week, is based on the outliers, the super successful. Now, last week's video, I ended on, is it what you really want? Or do you want something else through that? I'd like to go into a little bit deeper in that, in terms of the science behind that question, because NLP in essence is not scientific. And so this way is. So there are two different kinds of goals which relate to that question that I asked last week, is it what you really want? There are intrinsic goals and extrinsic goals. So an extrinsic goals would be something like, I want to be famous, I want to be rich, I want to have power over others. That's really outcome based, where, well, the biggest part of a goal is not the outcome, but it's the process towards the outcome. Does that make sense? So extrinsic goals are in essence about external validation, or other people to say, you're amazing, you're great. It's not about you, it's about them. That's hard to motivate yourself to do. You may not even enjoy the process to get to that extrinsic goals. That sets up for failure or sabotage, and you could arrive at the destination and actually don't like not only the process getting there, but you may actually discover it's not what you thought it was at all. It doesn't make you happy. Does that make sense? Now, intrinsic goals, those are about you. Those are about your, let's say, self-esteem, what you're after, what's going to give you joy and happiness and meaning or fulfillment. Or PERMA, covered in an earlier week, the scientific way of defining happiness. Positive emotion, engagement and flow, positive relationship, meaning and purpose, and accomplishment. So what is it that you're going to do? What is the process going to be? Meditating daily for 20 minutes, or going to the gym 3 times a week, or organize a big barbecue where you can experience joy and connection to loved ones. So those are intrinsic goals. It's what you're after. This way you can not only arrive at the outcome and the destination, but you'll enjoy the process being there. You'll enjoy the process getting there. It's about you and your self-talk and your needs, your wants, your desires, your values, covered in a previous video, as well as to how do you discover your own values. And so that's a little bit of the science on that, like what's fulfillment, right? So what's the only scientific way of goal setting? Well, that is a methodology or step-by-step process created by Gabriella Oettingen, Oettingen. And she created the WOOP method, WOOP, which stands for wish, outcome, obstacle, and plan. So the cool thing about this way of goal setting is the NLP way of goal setting lights up the brain. So does this. Because it's sort of like, well, what do I want? What if I imagine that thing that I want? So that's the positive impulse, if that makes sense. And imagine that. Then you could use NLP to visualize that. What do I see, hear, and feel? Associate into it. All that good stuff for the NLP practitioners out there. Future pacing. Right? And fourtupling it. And so that's sort of like the first part of that goal setting. Now, they've done studies on, should you just focus on the positive, or should you focus just on the obstacles, or both? Well, science has actually shown that just focusing on the obstacles or just focusing on the positive side of reaching a goal is not as effective as focusing on both. So we have wish and outcome. That's the positive side. What do I want specifically? What's my wish? What's the outcome that I'm after? What do I get out of that? What kind of positive emotions or sense of fulfillment will I get out of that? Then it flips to, what are obstacles that I could experience getting there? Now, you don't want to light that up too much, I would say, as an NLP trainer, because then I'm like, ooh, this is overwhelming. The mountain seems really high. But when you consider, well, what are obstacles? What was stopping me? What is it that could get in the way if that were to happen? But not in a spiral down in anxiety or spiral down into negative thoughts and I can't do it or self-esteem questions and things like that. But if this thing were to happen, then the P, the plan, then it's like, then what will I do? So, for instance, let's say I'm starting a life coaching business, or a new business of some kind for which I need clients. Then, okay, so what if an obstacle is that I don't get clients fast enough? Well, then I will take a marketing course or something like that, or a sales training of some kind. Or if I don't get enough clients, then I will start to do maybe small workshops in order to get clients. Let's say it's something else. I'm currently doing a vitality and health goal. And that's sort of like, it's a little bit like I want to watch my food a little bit better. I want to exercise a little bit more. I'm 46 right now, so my body has been going through a lot of changes. And I kind of, even though I lost 100 pounds of weight, I kind of like through this hormonal shift, I won't bore you with it, things started to kind of, I started to gain that weight a little bit back. And I'm like, I don't like this. The same stuff that I've been using before doesn't work anymore. I need to kind of get back to the program and do it in better ways. So I can kind of go, well, okay, that's fine. But let's say I plateau. Let's say my energy doesn't increase, my muscles don't increase, my fat doesn't reduce, I don't feel more energetic. All the things that I want to kind of get out of that. For me, it's actually not about weight, it's about feeling great and kind of like being super sort of like pumped and energetic again, and strong. And so I can go, well, what if I plateau? What if I get like stuck? Then what will I do? Well, I could just say, well, if that happens, then I will hire a personal trainer, or I'll go to acupuncture, or I'll maybe start to change up my diet again, or whatever it is that I want to do. Get what I'm saying? Or let's just say, well, what if in starting in sort of starting to putting my business together, that I don't know how to create a business case? Well, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to hire a financial expert. You know, all those things. What if this, then that. And so you imagine that fully as well. And so that's the WHOOP method, okay? It took 20 years to develop it, and it's been tested with people from different ages around the world, different cultures, different backgrounds, but also different kinds of goals. I recommend that you go to our blog where I explain the specific steps so that you can sort of visualize it inside your mind, step by step, 1, 2, 3, 4, and etc. You can really sit with it for like 5 minutes a day and truly put yourself through this process. You know, it only take 5 minutes a day, sets your brain up, and you can find it on our blog. You can also order the happiness guidebook for free by just sending an email to info@globalnlptraining.com, and just ask for the guidebook, and then we'll send it to you. So that's the WHOOP method, and I'll talk to you next week. See you around.